So we're going to take a few deep breaths in. For those of you who know me, thanks for continuing to watch during this period of shutdown, and keep your practice up. And if you don't, then all the best. I hope you enjoy. And this is just going to be a nice, easy warm-up. So breathing in through your nose, nice and wide into your ribs, and then out through your mouth, drawing your belly back a little as you breathe out. Good, beautiful. Just take a few nice deep breaths like that. And we're going to bring your chin towards your chest, and then just turn your head looking over your shoulder. Turn all the way over your shoulder, and then look down behind your shoulder with your chin and with your eyes down towards your back. Then come up through center. Good, just bring that head all the way around and through. Take it over to the other side and lower down. Bring it all the way up in again and back through center. Good, now take your arms out to the side. Let's just reach nice and long. Breathing out, draw everything in. Warming up a little bit into the shoulders. Good, breathe out. In, sorry, take your arms out to the side. Breathe out, draw that in again. Good. Take both hands and just interlace them in front of you. Turn them inside out. Send them up, overhead, shoulders down. Keep lifting up through the crown of your head. Pushing up through your arms nice and straight. Warming up into the back of your hands and your fingers. The wrists a little bit. Bring that all the way down, back around to the side. Good. Now take one foot just a little bit out in front of the other so that your ankles are a little in line. And then from the hips, so try to lift your hips, keep your sit bones down on the mat, and just walk forward a little with your hands. Wherever feels good for you. Maybe it's out to here, trying to keep a flat back here. You could rock a little side to side, just to gently open up into those hips. And you could keep walking forward with your hands, but keep your hips or your tailbone down on the mat. And then lower down your nose down towards the floor. Good, slowly walk back up again on your fingertips all the way back up. And then change feet, so now you have your least favorable foot out. It's just a nice, easy, soft cross. Your feet can be quite a way away from your hips. You're going to bring your ankles just over in line with each other, so it's an easy opening to the hips. And then lifting up nice and tall, trying to fold from the hips. So you're hinging here, keeping your tailbone down, walking forward again, and just come down wherever works for you. Doesn't have to be far down, just allow it to be soft. So breathing out to come down a little more. Maybe you can lower your nose to the mat. Using your out breath to soften, and then just use your fingers to walk yourself all the way back up to seat. Now we're going to release your legs out to the sides now, kind of as wide as your mat if you can. Whatever feels comfortable for you. What's most important here is that your toes are going to be pulling straight up towards the sky. And then take a little flesh out from underneath you, so you get up onto your sitting bones and feel them underneath you. Good. Now we're going to walk a little bit forward with this. Again, it's early in the class, so we're still warming up, we're softening. Just walk onto your elbows perhaps. Try and keep your back nice and flat. Most important, keep these feet nice and active, either with pointed toes or flexed feet, whichever works best for you. But your knees and your toes want to be in the same direction. And you're pushing those inner thighs down into the mat. So you're pushing against. Don't let them come up when you come forward. And just onto your elbows. Hang out a little bit here as you take a few nice breaths into this beautiful place. And maybe with each breath you want to slowly lower down. Remember, you're trying to get your chest to the mat. So just see how that goes for you. It's not about how far you go. It's more about just where you feel comfortable and soft and nice and gentle. Good. Slowly work that all the way back up again. And come back up. Now bring your legs in a little bit, so not so wide. And then we're going to take both arms up, just reaching up nice and tall. So again, you've got your legs nice and active, nice and solid as a foundation for you. And we're going to add a little twist here. So bring one arm down and just take it in behind your back. Place it into the small of your back, or even place it on. You can take your other hand if you're battling to reach onto your thigh and place it on your thigh behind you. Lifting that other arm, now turn towards your opposite foot And we're going to reach the knife edge of this hand over towards your baby toe on this side. Reach down, breathing out, pushing this side down now. Don't let this come up with you. You want to push down, keep your hips both down, and just reach out past the baby toe on the opposite side. Good, coming all the way back up. Nice, change. You take your opposite arm up, bring this arm in and around, place it onto your thigh, turn towards that opposite leg, and now reach down as if you're going to slice off your baby toe with the knife edge of your hand. Slowly come back up. Good, nice. So nice and stretched into your back. Take your arms up overhead, reach up again, turn now to one side, just turning from the waist. Keep your legs nice and solid, don't let them fall and roll out. Come back through, change to the other side, and bring your hands all the way back down to the mat. I'm going to turn here. So your feet are on the mat now, we're taking a nice half roll back. Breathe in to prepare, roll back just halfway. Nice hold here, nice and firm, just in a comfortable place where you feel comfortable, trying to keep your knees, ankles and hips in one straight line. Breathe in to prepare, breathe out, coming all the way back up. Good, warming up again into the core, so just halfway back, breathe in to hold, breathe out and come forward again, leading with your chin and chest. Lift all the way back up onto your sitting bones, so keep traveling up. Take your arms up overhead now. Just reach up nice and tall. Hold, keep your inner thighs beautifully active. We're pressing your feet down into the mat, especially your big toes. And then we're going to slowly roll down all the way to the mat. So make sure you have enough space behind you and slowly roll down. Good. Shoulders, head onto the mat. Place your hands next to you and bring your feet up a little closer towards your hips. Breathing in to prepare, we're going to breathe out and slowly start to lift your tailbone off the mat. So posteriorly tilt your pelvis, draw that spine down into the mat as you breathe out, activate your glutes and keep your knees in line with your ankles and your hips. Slowly start to push those hips up towards the sky. Make sure there's no pressure on your neck, so your head should just move freely from side to side. All your weight is on your shoulders. We're holding for one more breath and coming down sequentially, so from your upper back, then your rib cage in the back comes down, your mid back, your lower back, and just roll your tailbone back out into that nice neutral spine position. Then bring one leg up at a time. Hold on to your shins, rock a little side to side. Beautiful. Squeeze. Just constricting the blood supply to some of those big muscles and inside organs. And then we're going to take your legs up to tabletop. Take your hands back down beside you. Now just a few here, nice toe taps. So keep your knee at the same angle, 90 degrees, as you lower one leg down to the mat and alternate. If it's too much and you feel your lower back coming up off the mat here, then what you want to do is you want to place one foot down and just work with one foot at a time. So at all times, just see that you can keep that nice core connection. And you're not changing the angle of your knee, you're just using the hip flexor and the lower abdominals to move this leg back and slowly lower down just till your toe touches, and then bring it back in again as though you're pulling up with your knee. Don't pull it back beyond this range, so you want to keep it at 90 degrees here where you stop. And if you're working one foot at a time, now change. If you're working both together, keep drawing that lower back down into the mat. And breathing out to lower, come back up, switch, nice and slowly. Don't be tempted to rush this one. If you want to challenge a little bit more, you can drop your heel down. So you're going to turn your feet now to flex and come to touch your heel to the mat. And just notice that extra inch or so, the little bit of extra load it's putting onto those hip flexors and lower abdominals. Keep your upper body nice and soft, so don't lift up into your neck or your lower back here. Keep it soft, your shoulders grounded, and just going for 2. One last one. Good, really deep muscles at work here. Bring your knees back in, take a little tuck once more. Pull onto your shins, try not to pull on your kneecaps. Place your foot down to the mat, and then your other foot, we're lifting your hips again. So breathe out, just lift your hips. This time, you can open out into the front a little by walking your shoulders underneath you, and just clasp your hands underneath your bum. Make sure the heel of your hands comes together, and then just push up through using your glutes. Hold. This feels nice, your shoulder blades coming together slightly at the back. One more breath, and we're going to release your hands nice and slowly. Bring them out to the sides and slowly roll down again. Good, bringing your knees back up. Starting at tabletop. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Breathe out just to lift your shoulders up away from the mat and lower down. If it's too much, hold your legs up with this load. Then you can place your feet down onto the mat. Just keep working up towards your knees. You're lifting your sternum here. You're not just pulling on the back of your neck. Remember, there's a lot of space between your chin and chest, and you're lifting your shoulders up off the mat. The weight of your head is just in your hands. Really warming up into the upper abdominals. Take it nice and slowly down. You're breathing out to come up. Breathe in and hold, lift a little more, and then breathe out, slowly come down. See the work that puts onto the upper abdominals now. Good, breathing out. Slowly down. Keep looking up, straight through the tops of your knees, trying to look down for this one. Are we good for one more? Good, lower your head back down again and just bring your knees in. Placing your foot down to the mat again, and then your other foot. Breathing out, push your hips up to the sky again. We're going to take your weight over onto one leg. So release one leg from the mat, make sure this holds nice and firmly. Come to tabletop, then send that foot straight up to the sky. We're just going to release halfway down. So slowly come down, not all the way. Hold the abdominals, hold the glutes, and then lift back up again and just release down. So it feels like you're pulling down, and then the cable is pulling your toe up to the ceiling. So for 5, 4, 3, 2, good, pull down, one last one, and then change. Make this foot meet your other foot on the mat, take your weight over to that leg, come up to tabletop and halfway down. Don't lose the connection to your core when you come down, so feel like you're pulling down, and then that toe just wants to pull back up again. Otherwise, if you drop, then it's going to be very difficult to start to move back up again. And for 3, good, nice, just 2 more. Push through those supporting glutes, one last one. Lift, and bring that foot down again, bring it back down nice and slowly. Beautiful, nice work everybody. We're going to roll up now, so take a little squeeze here, and then start to rock backwards and forwards till you can come up onto your seat. And then onto your elbows, just down onto your elbows, but keep your back lifted off the mat. We're going to turn your legs nice and open, so your heels are almost higher than your toes, or your baby toes can try and come down to the floor. And then we're just going to lift, alternatively, lifting through the heel, lower again, change. So nice open leg lift. Squeezing through the inner thighs. 2, dropping your toe to the mat each time. And 1, good. Now hold those legs up like little froggy's legs, and we're going to bring them in. So bring your knees in nice and close to you, push them out away from you, and bring them in. Push through your heels, and pull them in. Good, nice. Hold those abdominals nice and strong. You could stay here on your elbows, or if you want, you can slowly come up into a nice little hold, so a little boat pose. Interlace your hands. And we're going to breathe out, push away. Breathe out to come up. Good, try and keep those feet open, push away nicely. For 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1 more. And then just bring your hands, or your arms inside your knees. Hold on to the inside of your knees and the outside of your feet, and let's just roll back. Good, come back up onto your seat. Then you could just clap your feet with your hands. So your hands are going to open your legs out and clap your feet like a seal. And roll back. Clap, clap. Good, this one's fun. And it literally is called the seal for a reason. Alright, we're going to hold your legs at tabletop now. To start at tabletop, you're going to hold onto the back of your thighs to lift yourself up and out of your seat to see how nice and tall you can get. Holding, and if you feel good, take one hand away, release your other hand. Now we're going to take your back down to the mat again, but really slowly. So I want you to see how much control you can keep here, holding your legs, your calves nice and parallel with the mat. Just slowly start to release. See what happens if you really try and work slowly, 1 millimeter at a time, with control. Nice lowering down for that last bit. Good. Bring those knees in. Stretch your back. And make sure for any of these rolls to be careful, specifically if you suffer with lower back. Good. Now we're going to bring your legs up. We're going to send one leg out away from you, and then just hold on to your other leg with the outside hand on your knee, inside hand on your ankle, and we're going to draw this knee in towards you as you keep your upper body exactly where it is with a double breath. Change. Change. Every out breath, you can look down at your belly for this one and check that you suck your belly back into your spine. So it's a nice connection with your breath and your abdominals. Let's move to singles now after this last one. Keeping your upper body nice and still. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6. Push that leg away from you. 2, 1. Bring it in. Just cross your legs, your ankles over each other. Hold on to your feet, and then we're going to come all the way up to seat, and then over onto your hands and knees. Just roll over your knees onto your hands and knees. Good. Move around a little bit here. Just, if there are any tight spots, just iron them out. Good. You can take a few cat and cows if you want to, or extension, and then flexing your spine. Remember to flex. You want to tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin towards your chest, push your shoulder blades away from each other, and to extend, you're going to start to drop, almost drop your belly. Bring your chest forward, so pull your hands back a little towards your knees and pull back, almost separate your sitting bones now, and then draw back again into a little flex. And one more extension. Just to feel a nice stretch, especially after a nice abdominal work that we did. Alright, from here we're going to move into the glutes, but we're going to do them on all fours. So if it's not good for your wrists here, if you struggle, you could come onto a block onto your elbows. You could either come onto the floor on your elbows and kind of work here, or if you prefer to be a little bit elevated, you could come onto your elbows on a block and just work from here, or otherwise we're going to work on your wrists. So separate your fingers out nicely. Remember that you want to keep your elbows a little soft. The minute you lock up onto your elbows, then you're going to put that strain on your wrists. We're going to breathe in to prepare and breathe out. Just send one leg out away from you. Now try and send it nice and straight, keeping both hips level. Good. Pull that leg out nice and far back. And then from there, just gentle lifts. So pull up and pull down. Connecting again with the abdominals, keeping the back of your neck nice and long. Try and keep both hips nice and level. 4, pull down for 3, for 2, and 1. And then we're going to just pulse at the top. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring that knee all the way in. You're going to tuck up and touch your nose with your knee. Push it out away from you again. Bring it back. And one last one. And push it out away from you, nice and long again. Bring it down to meet your other knee on the mat. Breathe in to prepare. We're going to lift your knees away from the mat now. Just lift them a little way. And lower down again. Send your other leg out away from you. Check both hips are nice and level. And then pull down, lift, pull down. Good. Keeping those glutes nice and active. Using that pull down to help you. 4, for 3, 2, and then we're going to pulse at the top. 1, and just a small pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep abdominals active. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing knee to nose now. Send it away. Good, nice. Contract everything in as you bring your knee into your nose. Send it away. Breathe out. And send it away again. Good, nice. Bring it down. Now we're going to come back onto your knees. If you need to give your wrists a little bit of a rest, just sit back. Maybe you tuck your toes, maybe not. Give your wrists a little rotation. Shake them out. Flick through your fingers. Place it back down again. Breathing in to prepare, we're going to breathe out to lift your knees again away from the mat. Now this time I want you to try and stay elevated. Bring the one knee in close to your chest and then send it out away from you. Two more breaths here. Hold. Pull through that toe now. And lower down. Change. Good. For 3, 2, 1 nice, slow, beautiful breath. Lower down. Send your bum back over your heels. And just lower down so you can lower your forehead to the mat. Coming back forward onto your hands and knees. Take your hands a little forward this time. And a slight way out. Make a little bit more space for yourself. You could turn the eye of your elbows facing forwards here. The idea is to try and keep your elbows nice and close to your body as you lower your chin and chest down and release back up. Remember with this, you also want to get that feeling that you're pulling yourself down towards the mat. 4. Keep those abdominals active. Keep pulling back through your hips. Don't dump into your spine here, so don't let that happen. Stop before that happens. Keep your tailbone nicely tucked. Just 2. And 1. Good, nice work everybody. Alright, we're going to come all the way back down to the mat now. So lower your chin and chest all the way down, and then lower your hips, come onto the tops of your feet, and bring your hands just underneath your forehead. Take a rest breath or 2, then lift your feet and pull them out away from you so it's nice and long. Both hips are going to stay grounded for this. Taking your arms all the way up overhead. Alternatively, just lifting arm and leg. Breathe out to lift. Use this nice, beautiful sling pattern. One, and just 4, 3. One more each side. Lift. 1, lovely, bring that down, and then take your hands just below your shoulders, kind of to your upper rib cage. We're going to breathe in to prepare, and just lift your heart up off the mat here. So it's baby cobra, lifting up, breathe in to hold, and breathe out, slowly come down again. Good. Keep the tops of your feet pressing into the mat, your legs nice and strong. Breathe in to prepare and lengthen the back of your neck. Lift the heart up off the mat. Using your back muscles, breathe in to hold, lower down again. Let's take another couple here. This time you have the option of lifting your hands up off the mat. And lowering down. And take it away. Good. Coming down again. Rest your head on the back of your hands. Take your hands down towards your hips now, so that the palms of your hands are facing your hips. And then we're going to bend one knee. Kick that heel towards your bum as you breathe out. And then lift. Pull that leg down and lift your upper body away. Bring it down. Pull it away as you lift. One more. Good, nice change. You keep that knee slightly off the mat. One last one. Bringing that down again. Just rest maybe onto one cheek. Perhaps turn onto your other cheek. And we're coming up now, we're going to come over onto your side. So start to lift. You can press your hands on the mat. Lift all the way up this time. Just trying to get your arms straight. But remember, your shoulders are down, your shoulder blades coming together at the back. Lifting your head nice and high, or the back of your neck. And then breathe in to prepare. Breathe out. Now start to pull your belly back. Pull your hips back. And just take your feet back over your bum. This time you could perhaps bring your knees out towards the side. Press back. Stretch everything now, nice and long. Make a lot of space for your body to just come through between your knees. When you're ready, come back forward, spin over onto your side and onto your elbow. So for this next little series, it's going to involve quite a lot of lifting. You're going to be lifting your hips up away from the mat. Let your top foot just come in front of your bottom foot. Breathe in to prepare and breathe out and lift. Look down towards your forearm and then lower, but don't come all the way down. Breathe out, lift. Good, one more here. And slowly come all the way down. Good, just 3 nice powerful pieces of work. Then we're going to stay on your elbow, but keep sustained, so keep your undercarriage nice and lifted. Nice line between your shoulders and your hips. And your legs are just slightly bent, your heels are kind of in line with the seam of your bum. And we're going to open out this top knee and then close it back again. Try not to rock, or don't rock your hips back at all. So make sure that if your hand is on your hip bone, that your elbow doesn't move back with it. It stays up, doesn't rock backwards and forwards as you open and close here. That illustration. So coming up. Now pull down. And now lift both feet up off the mat. And lift, lower, lift. Good. Squeezing up, squeezing down. Keeping active in your undercarriage for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now we're going to lift and then send that leg out nice and long. Bring it back in and lower. Push. Good, nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. Bring that all the way down again. Send the legs out nice and long. Come all the way down. Breathing out, lifting both feet off the mat, and then lower down. Again, try and keep this a nice smooth movement up and down. It's just one continuous movement. Breathing out to lift. As you breathe out and lift, perhaps a little activation in the undercarriage. And 2. Good, nice. One last one. Beautiful. Now we're going to hold your top leg just at hip height. And then this inner thigh we're going to bring up to meet that leg. So meet your heels, squeeze them in, lower down. Squeeze. 4. Again, it's a nice smooth movement. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bend your knees again. Just bring them in for a little stretch and then lift yourself up to seat. So push up with that supporting arm. We're going to take your legs all the way up and over to the other side so that you're on your other hip. On your elbow, step your front foot just in, top foot in front of your bottom foot. And we're going to lift, spin through, looking at your forearm, come almost down, spin up. So you lift your bum all the way up to the sky, almost down. One last one. Good. Come down onto that hip again. Staying on your elbow, keeping your knees just above each other, your feet in line with your heel, your bum, and then lift that knee. Good. Lift and pull down. Keeping your undercarriage nice and active. And 2 and 1. Then we're lifting both feet up off the mat. Lift that knee for 4. Good, really pull down. And 1, and then we're going to lift and extend. So lift, extend, bring it back in and lower. We just have a few minutes left. And 3, 2, beautiful, nice everyone. One last one. Bring it in, lower down, and then come all the way down. We're lifting both legs now here. Again into the obliques, lift and lower. Keep your hips over each other, don't let them fall or roll back. Breathe out to lift. Doesn't have to be a big lift. Remember, it's not about lifting and falling back. That's not where we want to go. It's a small lift, bringing this rib closer to your hip and then moving them apart again. Breathing out to lift. 2 and 1. Bringing your top leg just to hip height. Squeeze those heels in together. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Bring your knees back in again. Just give yourself a little bit of a stretch here before you push yourself back up to seat. Good. We're going to stretch out those glutes now in a really fun way. Oh, I think it's fun. We're going to take one knee and just kind of bring it in front of you, almost like at number 12, and cross your other leg over. So at the thighs, you're crossing over. It is quite an intense kind of bull bar stretch. So to make it easier, you maybe want to push your feet out away from you, or pull them in a little closer, or just don't cross over so much. So in this case, I'm going to try and get my knees directly on top of each other, but if they're not there, it is what it is. So it doesn't matter. Hold on to the tops of your feet and just try and settle both hips down into the mat. That's where you want to be, and that's where you can stay. That's really fine. Just to try and make sure that both bumps are down on the mat underneath you, so you aren't lifting up here. If you feel like it, you could start to come a little bit forward. So with a nice flat back, just allow yourself to come forward wherever that is for you. And maybe you can come with your chest onto your thigh. This is really quite intense in terms of a stretch, so you need to breathe. And 1, and come back up again. Now we're going to change sides, but we're going to do this very nice and fun. So we're coming forward onto your hands. Bring your hands forward, keep your feet where they are. Just push yourself forward over your knees, and then push yourself up onto your feet, and start to walk towards the front leg. And walk all the way around. Keep turning your feet. Hi there. Keep walking. Keep walking with your hands all the way around. Turning your feet with you, and then just bring your knees back down, and you will find your other leg on top, and you can do the same again, leaning forward into it. Just check both hips are down on the mat, and there we go. Nice way to transition that stretch. Now to release that, just take your top leg all the way out. We're going to come all the way back down to the mat. One last nice stretch. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, lower down again. See how much control you've got this time. Everything nicely switched on. We're bringing your right leg into your chest. Flex your feet, both feet. Press that left leg down and away from you. Squeeze onto your shins. Don't pull on your kneecap. And just set that leg slightly off your body to the right. Preparing now to change. So we're going to bring the other leg up in, send your right leg away from you, left leg in. Again, just slightly off the body to the left, flexing both feet, push that leg down to the mat, pull on your shin with this leg in towards your armpit or your shoulder, using the elbows to pull down. Bring both legs in for one last squeeze. And you can rock yourself back up to your seat where you started, and you're finished. Well done. I hope you enjoyed today's class. I'm going to try and give you some more of these type of classes, a little bit of different types of work every day while we're in lockdown, just for you to enjoy. If you want to make sure that you get notified of when I'm either recording, because I'm doing it live now, then just make sure you subscribe. Just click on the subscribe link once you've signed in, and you should get notified as I'm loading. Otherwise, just keep checking in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and it was really fun. Thank you everybody. I really appreciate those of you that are continuing to carry out your practice even while we're in lockdown, so you cannot get to my classes, but yeah, hopefully that will resume again soon, but in the meantime we're using this. So good, well done everybody, see you, bye.